What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Bricks and Toys. And today is the last build review of August. We made it through another month. And not only did we make it through another month, we made it through a month of where I was testing for my career. I passed, I had to study, I've had things with doctors testing, I've had things with my kids, like them going back to school. And somehow in this month of just action-packed, not to mention the 2,000 subscriber extravaganza bonanza video, but in this action-packed month, I have managed to do uploads every single day, even with some days being, every single day in upload for you guys. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed the content this month. I can tell you it probably won't happen again for another hot minute, but if it can, then awesome. Let's keep the train going. Only time will tell with how things go, because you know what? Things with this channel are not always planned out. They're just kind of done on the whim, and you know what? It just works. Our last build today is going to be from Star Wars. My favorite subject besides cars. Woo! Anyway, more importantly, the Clone Wars. I do not know why, but I am getting really hooked into Star Wars, the Clone Wars with Lego. It kind of started when I started this channel about 2.5 years ago, but as time has gone on and I've watched the series, I've really drawn a liking to it, and I really think that Lego is going down a really good path with making these sets. Even with the 2,000 subscriber extravaganza bonanza video series, which I'm in the middle of filming at the time I'm doing this, I have some Clone Wars era sets from the 2008 to the 2010 era. They're just really cool sets. And I think it's one of the more consistent Lego lineups that Lego actually has done. Even from 2008, when they had primitive ass bricks, to today, to where they have better bricks, well, smaller, thus more detailed sets. It's always been a really good lineup. And there's always been a lot of fire with it. Fire meaning it's hot, it's really good. But I am glad to see some of these sets being re-released into newer sets. Some of them may be questionably recolored. Some of them may be questionably rebuilt to be smaller than their original counterparts. Thus, some people are a little bit ticked off about that. Good thing for me is I wasn't doing Lego back in 2008. I was out doing other things when I was 17 instead of Lego. At 34 years old, I wish I was into Lego more back then, but you know what? We all got to grow up sometime and find our actual niche in life, and well, I found mine 2.5, 3 years ago. So here we are. So today's build is the V-19 Torrent Starfighter 9 and older, set number 75432, with 567 pieces. And this is going to be a play set. We can tell by the cornered off with the Greebolt corner, the 9 and older, the set actually in action on the box, obviously out in space, engaging in some Star Wars. Had to make that joke in there. In this set, we do have the minifigures of General Obi-Wan Kenobi, a clone pilot, and Asajj Ventress. The minifigures alone on this set are the reason that I bought it. The Clone Wars era General Obi-Wan, I just think that's really cool. And then the minifigure of Asajj Ventress is just icing on the cake. The clone pilot is alright. I just think it's really cool that I'm getting more and more of these Clone Wars droids and people and stuff like that. Just really cool. And continuing to look at this box, we can also see that the lineup for this set is Clone Wars by the Clone Trooper down here at the corner. He kind of looks like a 332nd. But anyway, looking at the set on the box, we can see that more than likely we're going to have maybe these parts are going to be printed, but sticker usage definitely here on the wings. And you know what? I don't see too much more besides that, just based on first impressions. I do think that this set is going to look really nice next to the ARC 170 that we had earlier this year, but maybe I'm just genericizing based on the white with that red. Let's continue to go around this box and let's take a look at it. I do want to say this set does cost $64.99 here in the US, so about a $65 bill, making it still rather expensive, but at least not $160 for the Juggernaut. But I am regretting not buying that MTT more and more as the days go on. I'm going to have to find a way to get that. On this side of the box, Star Wars, Lego, and set number, and another shot like what's on the front of the box of the actual set. Going to this side of the box, there is nothing but the logos with the set number, Disney logo, and our Do Not Eat It. Moving to the top of the box, we do have more of the set number with the logos, country of origin, and the one-to-one of our clone pilot right there. And then coming to the bottom of the box, we have the same thing with our set number and the logos, Lego app information, and Lego.com, Legal Eagles, recycling information, and the barcode. Then we come over to the back of the box, and we can see General Obi-Wan and Asajj duking it out, having a blast. I love the lightsaber hilts on this. They actually used the correct, maybe not color-wise, but at least shape-wise hilts for the lightsaber. So we've gotten the same generic lightsaber hilt for so many years. With the comeback of this set, we can get the return of the curved ones, kind of like with what we used to get with Dooku back in the day. Again, Asajj was Dooku's apprentice, I believe, at one point, but it all went wrong. But anyway, getting out of the lore, back to the box, we have a picture up there showing us the wing function, and a picture up there showing us more of the wing function of how I believe the bottom one comes up and the side ones come up too. We have the clone pilot who's randomly shooting at something, and the set all folded up, kind of how it says to do it up there. And that's our box, everybody. Now let's open up our box. Let's take a look at what we get inside of the box. Here we go. Da-da. Not a lot of dead space in the box. Let's do our pour. There we are. Double check for stickers. Not. And then we're going to count out our bags because I believe I only have 5 bags with this set. So we have bag number 1, bag number 2, bag number 3, bag number 5, and bag number 4. So 5 bags total. We do have our sticker sheet, and the parts I thought were printed are actually stickers. We have 4 stickers total, but an actual total of 6 because 2 are duplicates under the same number. Let you get a good look at that medium-sized sheet. Then we do have our book, get our QR code for our 20 points. And then going into the book, it goes straight into the build on page number 5, where the first thing we do is build General Obi-Wan, which is really cool. Then at the back of the book, we can see we have 255 building steps and 152 pages. And then on page 153, we have more of the functions of how to work the set. Then we have the set just pictured all nice and done with all of our minifigures at 154. Then we have our normal parts guide. And then at the back, we have a reminder of all of the sets released this summer with the MTT right down here at the bottom, staring at me going, why didn't you buy me? I'm going to. And with that, guys, that is our introduction and our unboxing of our V-19 Torrent. I'm going to take about a day. I'm going to enjoy this one. And for you guys, well, the review is going to be right here. Let's begin our review of the V-19 Torrent Starfighter. And, well, here it is. And, well, there is its minifigures. Let's start off by checking out these minifigures, and then we'll go into the V-19 Torrent. So let's start off with our clone pilot minifigure. He is featuring prints on the front of his helmet as well as the top. There are colors of yellow and red and black and dark gray, making up the colors on his helmet. Very nice. I like the helmet mold on him. I'm not sure how long we've been getting this one, but it feels a little bit different than ones we've gotten in the past, and I like it a lot. No sidearm printing, but we do have torso printing and front leg printing, and even printing on his little toesies. Looking at the back of the minifigure, we do have printing on the back of his torso. Taking a look at his face, he is featuring what I believe is a pretty common clone face that we are used to getting. And lastly, he is holding a small blaster. Next up is General Obi-Wan Kenobi. And this is going to be, well, in the Clone Wars era, which is really nice to see a minifigure from that era. He does have front torso printing as well as front leg printing. his main torso is this tan color, where his legs is that white color, with the connecting part being tan to match the torso. So when you look at the print, well, the print of the white on his torso is the print, and the tan print on his legs is the print. It's kind of inverted. Overall, really nice look of his body. And then on the side, we do have side arm printing on that side and on this side. This minifigure does feel pretty premium, and I like it a lot. Removing Obi's hairpiece, we are greeted with a secondary, more aggressive face, maybe like a fighting face. And we also can take a look at the back printing of his torso. With his hairpiece replaced, we can see that he is also holding a blue lightsaber, which we would come to expect for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, our final minifigure is Asajj Ventress. This was one I was really excited for. I do find her rather plain looking for such an important character of the movie, but you know what? I don't really know how much better you could make her when you include a new hilt element that I've not seen. I've seen something like it in the past, but not in recent years with this figure. Her main body is made of purple with that gray print on it for the front and the back, and then her legs are mostly the dark gray with purple print on them, so inverted, kind of like with the Obi minifigure. There is print on the back of the head as well as the front of the head. I did not think they can make her look any more uglier, but they sure did a good job, and that's proper because she is a villain. As she does not have a second face to showcase, we can get a good look at those lightsabers that she is holding, 2 of them. I really like this minifigure a lot, and I like the lightsaber hilts probably a little bit more. Now let's get in here and let's look at the V-19 Torrent. Starting off, we do have our wings. Let's put them down a little bit so we can get a look at the tops of them, because honestly guys, looking at the bottom, it's just the negative studs, nothing too exciting. That is the bad thing about these sets that are play sets with the foldable wings. There is no finish work underneath of the wings, but that's just something that we come to accept. But when it comes to wings like the back wing here, that has to be visual. Well, that side looks, well, but again, this side looks, well, that looks nice. So that is a bummer with the set, but it is what we expect, so no need to complain. It is, well, what it is. Now looking at this side of the wing, all those plates finish out to look like this with a sticker element right there, stud shooter, and a Greebuilt shooter thing right there to complete the look. We do have 2 more sticker elements here and here. I thought these would have been printed, but no, LEGO likes to torture us with circular stickers, and it's no different here. Looking at the body of the Starfighter, it's mostly curves and angled plates with these barrel elements making up the rear thrusters. Again, there's the side of the lower wing that comes out. I will show you how this is all swooshable and playable in the wrap-up segment. It's kind of hard to review this set in its entirety with one hand. Now let's come over here to the back. Here we can get a back look. Again, I think this is like some type of thruster or something to match the 2 down there. And then coming over this way, we can see more plates and all that usage. I like how this side's more finished off. I wish we can get both sides to look like that. I bet you other LEGO or block manufacturers could come up with something to help, but LEGO just doesn't do that. Anyway, coming over here to this wing, we do have another printed element right here. So we have the one that we have on the other side, and we have this guy. Our stud shooter is the same, and our Greebuilt shooter is the same as well. What's on the other side is on this side. It is a parallel ship. We do have some quarter round tiles right here at the front of a kind of a puke green color to offset all the other colors. I think it looks relatively nice. We do have this nice translucent yellow canopy. And looking into the ship, we do have a final sticker of the cockpit computer right there, or the navigational computer as you want to call it, as well as some studs and stuff to set your Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigure on. Now picking up the set and looking at the bottom of it, well, it's not too much to look at. You can see all of the components and stuff, and you'll see how all this clips in with that clip in the bottom in our wrap-up segment, which is going to be, well, right now, guys. So let's kick off this segment of video where the other segment of video left off, and that's discussing the playability of the set, the swooshability, and all of that. As I kind of showed in the earlier segment, the wings do fold, and they do fold down like that. And then there is one more additional wing that has a little bit of a clip. It's only held in very lightly with that clip. So I can see over time this can maybe break down. Hopefully Lego's designers did check that, but I highly doubt it. Why would they care about their products when they're already selling them so fast? And then that is its official flight configuration. Switchability feels really good, feels nice and strong. I can sense that this might, let's see, this could, maybe. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. So that can be a problem with the set, with how that swivels and hinges. At least the main Technic connection components here are strong. It's just the other components that I'm not too sure about. Well, hopefully Lego knows best with it, but this is already feeling pretty weak up here at the top versus the bottom. The bottom feels a little bit stronger, but it already is kind of feeling weak. So I'm not too sure how that's going to fare after a few years. Lately, I've been doing a lot of restoration videos with the 2,000 subscriber extravaganza bonanza build series. I'm working on that in the background. Those videos are coming out in September, and they will be throughout September. They're almost done. And when you restore these play sets that kids played with, you really get a sense of what Lego is durable and what Lego is not. And when you go over these pieces, there's just certain pieces that you just know automatically. If it's not a unique print from 20, 19 years ago or whatever, just get a new brick because it's likely toast. And that's one thing I could see with this right here is check back in 19 years when this set has long since went through its heyday. That might be something where you're going to have a lot of this just floating around the attic. But that's just a minor observance and probably something that I'm kind of dwelling on because of the fact of I just got done restoring so many of these sets. I love the red and the white, like I've already said. It is one of my more favorite looks next to the dark navy blue of the Separatist. But for the Republic, this is pretty freaking neat. I like it a lot. I'm not even going to go into a segment of talking about the price because the price is the price. $65 seems pretty average for a playset from Star Wars these days. I feel like that's what I was spending when I started collecting Lego with the TIE Bomber, and that's what we continue to experience. So to me, it feels relatively right, but it's likely not, and we all have our opinions on it, and I'm not going to spend any more time discussing that. I do like the set. I love the minifigures. I love us stepping back into the Clone Wars. I feel like to experience the Clone War Lego sets, we have to go to such a high second market paywall to experience any of them. That's kind of why I did the 2,000 subscriber extravaganza bonanza, just to get a little bit of a taste of the Clone Wars sets. But I do feel like that may have been a little bit premature on my part, because as soon as I bought into the extravaganza bonanza build series, Lego just released all of these sets, like the Juggernaut and the MTT and this, with exceptional minifigures from that TV show. But I think the good part of all of this is going to look great next to the ARC 170, and it's going to look great next to your Republic gunship, specifically if you have the 2013 one. Even the 2013 still can hold its weight next to sets like this that are newer, and that's exactly where I'm going to put it, is right next to my 2013 Republic gunship, and I just think it's just going to look mint. And that's all I really have to say. Buy it at your discretion. It's not a bad build. I enjoy it, and I'm going to love to display it, especially with those minifigures. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the subscribe button to follow along with everything that we do here. As usual, share the video with a friend, hit the thumbs up and the like button. Drop your comments down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say about the V-19 Torrent. Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Do you guys not want to buy it because it's too expensive? Or are we just genericizing, just saying screw Lego all in general? Unless we're one of those fancy land people who get it sent to them for free. Who knows? Drop comments down below. Up next on the channel, well, who the hell knows? It's a new month. I have 6 videos already being filmed right now for the month of September because we don't have a lot of new Lego in September. So I don't know if we're going to go shopping and get some new stuff, or if we're going to go directly into the existing videos I already have. But I have some non-Lego videos. I have the finishing of the subscriber extravaganza bonanza, and I have one extra Lego set on top of that. So technically, I think I have 7 videos lined up already for September, and maybe we'll get some new September sets sprinkled in there as well. So thank you so much for watching. You all have a good one.